everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today's video is on the topic of how to create statement of purpose, also called as SOP, and your personal statement when applying for the grad school. So I'll first start with the differences between these two documents. So statement of purpose and personal statement, they are two very different documents. In statement of purpose, you tell the committee that why are you applying to that university and what value you're gonna add, and in that document you discuss about your accomplishments, your career goals, and your professional experiences so far. In the personal statement, committee wants to know how different life experiences have shaped you in the person that you are today and who you are as a person. So this is a chance for you to tell your story to the committee. And in the personal statement, it's more like informal document, whereas statement of purpose is more of a formal document. In personal statement, you talk about the challenges that you have faced in their life and how you have overcome it. So that will give the committee members more insight about you as a person, that how you overcome all the obstacles in the life. So these are the differences between these two documents. So now let's start talking about how to write the statement of purpose for the applications. Before we get started with the template that I recommend for the statement of purpose, I would suggest look at the website of the university that you are applying into and check if there are any specific questions that they want you to answer in that document. And also there might be some instructions on the page limit, word limit, and all sorts of things. So make sure you do your thorough research before getting into the autopilot mode of writing this document. Let's get started. When I think of the statement of purpose, I think of this document divided into 4 paragraphs. Each paragraph, you're going to answer different question. So starting with the first paragraph, you introduce yourself and let committee members know about your background story. So in this paragraph, you're going to be talking about how your past experiences have influenced you that you got into this field and what has led you into this field. So this first paragraph is generally the hook of the whole document, and you need to make sure that it is interesting enough that the committee members are going to read the whole document. So because they're going to be going through so many applications, you want yours to stand out from the other ones. So in this I'm looking down at my notes here. So in this paragraph, you want to tell about your background story and what has sparked your interest in the field, and why have you decided to pursue the graduate degree in this field, and why from their university. All these questions will be answered very briefly. So moving on to the second paragraph of the SOP. In the second paragraph, you're going to be talking about your academic background. So you will discuss about the courses that you have taken so far, your research experience, training experience, any internship that you have done in the past, or what kind of degrees that you have so far. In case you have been working in a job before applying for the grad school, you can discuss about the responsibilities in the job, and then you can talk about how that job has led your interest into the graduate program. So don't be afraid to talk about any obstacles that you might have faced during your academic experience. So it could be something like, let's say it was a financial constraint for you, so you can talk about how there was a financial instability in your academic experience and how you have overcome it by maybe working part-time or maybe applying for different scholarships. So all this is going to show the committee members that you are a very hardworking person and very perseverant, and this story is gonna tell them that you do not just run away from difficult situations, you work through them and ultimately you get the success. So moving on to the third paragraph, in this one you will be talking about that why are you applying for this program and why you are a good fit. In this paragraph, you can talk about any professor that you are applying under, that how their research interest aligns well with yours, and if there is any kind of question and any kind of theme that you notice in that research area that you are particularly interested in. So that's something that university wants to know, and if you gonna write down the name of the professor, and let's say if you're gonna mention their research paper, that's gonna tell the university that you have done your research. In fact, in some scenarios I have noticed that some universities even ask you to write down the faculty name that you have contacted and to with whom you're gonna be working with. So this is that paragraph that you can talk about how your research interest aligns well with that faculty member. Yeah, and I would say don't be afraid to mention the professor name, in whose lab you're applying, and what is that you like most about their work. In this paragraph, you're gonna be also telling that why you are a good fit for the program and what value you add to the university. So let's say, for example, if you are an international student applying for the universities abroad, then you can talk about how your diverse experiences from a different country are gonna add value to the university system. So moving on to the last paragraph, that's gonna be the like a conclusion of this document, in which you're gonna be ending the statement of purpose in a very positive note and in an excited manner, and you're gonna be summarizing why you are a good fit for the system, why you are a good fit for the university, and what value you're gonna add to that. So yeah, this is the general summary of the statement of purpose, and I can link the template in the description box below so that you can refer to it when you are gonna write about it, when you're gonna start applying for the graduate school applications. In the end, I just want to share some of the tips from my own experience. Tip number one is pay attention to the prompt. Sometimes universities really ask you specific questions when they are asking you straight SOP or personal statement. So please make sure, if they want to answer you any question in that document, make sure you know that. Don't just go into the autopilot mode as soon as you see that, oh, it requires an SOP. Please do your thorough research before start writing it. So the second tip is start writing very early. Don't underestimate the amount of time it's gonna take, because it's gonna take a long time. It won't be your first draft is really gonna make it to the final stage, so you have to rewrite it many times and get it proofread by someone, so there is no grammatical error, because grammatical errors are a big red flags for the committee members, because that shows that the candidate is not serious enough about the application and they just submitted it some crap draft. So make sure you start writing early, because it's going to take you some time to really reflect back on the experiences that you had so far and how they have shaped you. It won't happen overnight, so you have to go back to the document again and again until you have that story lined up properly. And the next tip is demonstrate everything by example. Don't just write plain statement that I'm a perseverant candidate, because that does not look good. I would say instead of that, give an example in which you were perseverant during that situation. So that is more impressive than just saying that I'm very hardworking student. Each of these four paragraphs should flow in the continuity, because you want the committee member to read through the whole document, so you don't get very boring in the writing in the middle of the paragraphs, because you want the committee members to read through the whole document. So the tip for that is that every paragraph should flow into each other and it should be interlinked. And committee members are very experienced, so don't think that you can fool them with any like copy pasted SOPs. That's not gonna happen, and I won't recommend using any online service for writing the document for you, because it's your story and you can tell your story the best than any other person in the world. So make sure you take the time to really write this document, and it's also don't just think that this document is for the application. It's really going to help you to reflect back on yourself as a person as well, which is I think really good. And again, I'm just going to repeat this because I think this is the major mistake that people make. Please go through the website and see what questions they are asking, any page limit, word limit, any other instructions that you might have for this document. So make sure you have the full information before you get started on this. Yeah, I guess that's it. So that's all from my side. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to answer. If you want to email me, I'll be happy to answer to that as well. My email ID is linked down below in the description box. I'll see you in our next video. Until then, bye bye. Take care.